Gentlemen of the press, head coach Troy G. Ward.
First of all, that's a nice shirt. That's a really good shirt. I like it. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Troy, just talk about, tonight's game. How would you describe, first of all, that opening period?
Well, it opened the right way. Like, that's the first time I think our team has been on the power play that quickly in some time. And then as we've seen with our team this year, like, we haven't been able to manage a lot of goals for on the power play that quickly. So, we got off to a good start because of the 2 power play goals. They countered back on a nice goal on their power play. So, and then after that, I thought actually the play was fairly equal, and actually I thought they kind of carried the play to us after those 3 goals were scored. But the fact that we got off to a good start really helped because we had some new bodies back in the lineup.
Bit of a familiar story, being a 2-1 lead going into the third period, nursing that and just playing real defensively in a good structure. But it's got to be a great feeling knowing that you were able to hold the lead, especially at the final minute.
Yeah, and I liked, I think we only gave up like 5 shots in the third, and I would say, some of those might have been real late. So I thought we managed a good game, and we took care of the puck. We kept an even flow with our shift links were really good, and I thought we skated well in the third, which I think was really critical. And when you're able to manage the puck well, it's because you're skating well, and I thought we skated pretty well for the most part tonight. And in the third, I thought we did a nice job. And obviously, any team's going to have a push. I don't care who you play in this league; they're going to have a push on a 6-on-5, and we were able to withstand that, so that was good.
Players back in the lineup, and Kalanos didn't waste any time making his presence felt for you guys tonight.
No, Chris does what Chris does, and we've come to enjoy that as Heat fans and as people that cover the team. So, Chris put himself in a position that he's a smart kid, like, out there, and he's a man. Obviously, he's not a kid anymore. He's 30 years old, but he understands, like, he was over on the other side, and then him going behind is not like that's not something he just dreamt up. Like, he understands where to go and how to move and get to spaces where he can shoot the puck, and obviously had some good looks with the one-timers as the game wore on, but goal scorers find places for themselves to score, and that's what Chris did.
A lot of home games coming up here, and you've talked about, in terms of getting into a groove at home, it's really necessary to get a bunch of reps here. What do you need to see from your group just to sort of get into that groove?
Well, the schedule is going to hopefully allow us to do that. I mean, this was the first time we've come home all year where we've had to play like the day right after we landed. We got back here about 2:30 yesterday afternoon and then had to play tonight. And, like this month, we're somewhat on an NHL schedule. That doesn't happen in the American League a lot. You play a lot of 3s and 3s, depends on where your territory is. And so you don't manage a lot of normal pro hockey schedule, at least in the NHL, but we're in a position where we can play every other day right now. And that's good for us to get some rhythm at home and how we want to play and manage the puck. So, it sets up well, at least in the next week here, for us to play quite a few games. And especially with, right now with our team managing a lot of veterans here, it allows us to play at a pace I think we should be playing at, and if we're going to be a better team down the stretch. So the schedule allows us to be a good home team, hopefully.
Your team's been moving up the standings again. You moved to 4th, I think, today. How important is it to beat these teams below you?
Well, I think it's important. Game by game is important. Obviously, I think, internally we don't look at a team whether they're below us or above us. It's just like who does next, and then how do we play against that particular team. I understand the question, but like we're just like so focused on whatever the next game is, and we feel like, and we've said it all year, like our division we feel is the toughest in the American Hockey League in some respects. Like we lost in Texas with a 1-1 score in the last 11 seconds. They beat us 2-1. So we haven't been able to put ourselves in a position against Texas or San Antonio this year where we felt very comfortable, like we're a better team. So I think that's a good team over there. That's a big team. Like that was a big team. There wasn't a lot of space out there tonight, and because of that, it was more of a playoff style of a game. So we have to just take it one game at a time and continue to improve our game. And ever since, to be honest with you, we've talked about it in here. We've changed our style of play defensively, our structure. We've been able to get a lot of points here lately with the changes we've made. So it's worked itself out well, but we have to play every team just like it's just another team.
With Leland back up in Calgary, and you have Danny Taylor, and he's gotten 2 straight wins. Do you think your goaltending's pretty solid now?
Well, I think, Danny's got his swagger back a little bit, and that's important. I think his confidence is, a little bit back, and wins do that for a goaltender. As far as the situation we're in and how we manage it, it's a tough manage because it's a management that's beyond just the head coach here. It's into the management up above us. It's into the head coach that's above us. Because if Leland, who's been established now as the number 2 goalie in the organization, is going to go up and down the rest of the year and play games for the Flames as he did tonight in Anaheim, we have to look at how does Leland come back here? Does that mean he plays right away if he came back here tomorrow? I'm not so sure that'd be the case. I think we have to do what's in the best interest of our team, but at the same time, I've got to have a good pair of ears, and I've got to listen, obviously, my bosses and the people above me, and how we segue with Leland coming back, and when does he go in, and when's the next potential play for Leland up top. So there's a lot to manage there, and it'll probably be a lot of people making those decisions. But on the good side of your question, it's nice to have Danny back in the win column, and I think feeling better about his game.
Expectations Sunday similar? What are you expecting?
Well, this is a different stretch. I mean, we come home, we play tonight at 7, then you go Sunday afternoon, and then all of a sudden you turn around and play Tuesday at 10:30. That's some, it's one thing to play every other day, and it's one thing to come home off the road, but to have 3 different start times in a matter of 4 or 5 days, that's a little bit odd. So I'm not crazy about our start time on Tuesday, but it is what it is, and we got to manage through it. So. But 1 o'clock is our next animal, and this is an animal that we haven't been great in. We haven't played that well, in my opinion, all year at home at 1 o'clock. We haven't had a lot of them, and it's been a long time since we've had one, but we have to find a way to be a better team at 1 o'clock if we're going to make a push. To the earlier question about playing at home here, we've got to manage a better hockey game at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it doesn't matter who we play. To the other question in here, it's a grind at this level. So, right now getting our heads around 1 o'clock is a tough thing. So we're going to practice tomorrow if we do skate the whole team in the afternoon to simulate the fact that we're playing at 1 o'clock on Sunday, so our bodies are adjusted.
I think we're good. Coach, thank you.
Okay, thanks everybody. Have a good night.